Okay, Mr. Trush, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes,
Okay. And I know that these were short notice. Did you have a chance to speak to any of the individuals today?
I did. I was able to speak to all of them over the lunch hour.
Okay, great, thank you. Is anybody in the booking room at Crawford Jail there? Okay, so let's just hold on the line. It looks like they haven't brought anybody in yet. I couldn't tell if the camera was just zoomed in, but so if you can just remain on the line, we'll get started as soon as we have somebody. All right, sir, can you tell me your name, please?
James Welch.
Welch. Okay. All right, we'll go on the record in People versus James Welch. And this is Crawford District Court file number 2216392. The record should reflect that Mr. Welch is present today by Zoom video from Crawford County Jail. I'm presiding over this case on behalf of Judge Burmeister. We have Mr. Trush here as duty attorney on behalf of Mr. Welch. Mr. Welch, you're before the court today for a show cause. It looks like you failed to appear for a hearing back on July 29th of 2025. You understand why you're before the court today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Trush, how did you want to proceed with this arraignment here today?
Thank you, Your Honor. We would waive a formal reading of the allegations. I've discussed with him what the bench warrant and the contempt charges could mean. We would stand mute to the charges. He has been screened and approved for appointed counsel, and I will be appointed on that matter. And then we would like to address bond.
Okay, so the court will enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Welch's behalf. We'll set this for a hearing, which has been set for 8:30 a.m. on September 23rd of 2025. So Mr. Welch, that's going to be your next appearance in court. You'll be given written confirmation of that date, so you don't have to remember that. You'll have that in writing.
Okay.
And then in terms of bond, Mr. Trush.
Your Honor, I have the first part of the bench warrant. I don't have the second part. I'm kind of assuming that the bond was likely set at $1,000 cash or surety. I think that's the court's typical practice. I would ask the court to consider setting either a 500 cash or surety or making it a 10% bond. Mr. Welch reports to me he's been homeless for quite some time. Frankly, he's living in a tent. He's going to get a copy of the notice here today before he leaves the jail, so there'll be no question that he has notice of this hearing. But again, the address instability, I think, has an effect on his ability, his knowledge of court hearings. And I would indicate, although he is homeless, he does report that he is working. And, obviously, this is a nonviolent type situation. I believe the underlying issue is just payment of fines and costs.
Okay, so the court is going to reduce bond. You're correct, Mr. Trush. It was set by Judge Burmeister, it looks like, at $1,100, excuse me, $1,100. The court will reduce bond given the circumstances here to $100 cash. And then again, that next hearing will be set for, I'm sorry, September 23rd at 8:30. Do you have any questions, Mr. Welch, at all?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Trush, anything else we need to address on this file?
Not on this file. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Welch, if you can have the jail officer bring the next individual in, please.
Yes, sir.
For the record, I clicked on the button, but it didn't work. We have been on the record, but I didn't click on that particular case. So anybody who's looking for the transcript, it's in the previous 5 minutes. for Mr. Welch's case. Ma'am, can you tell me your name, please?
It's Jamie Marie Ryan.
Ms. Ryan, okay, we'll go on the record in People versus Ryan. And there are two files for Ms. Ryan. We have Crawford District Court file number 2216589, 226067228 for B. My glasses. Ms. Ryan, you're before the court today for arraignment on a bench warrant in each of your files that alleges that you failed to appear for a hearing back on June 10th of 2025. Do you understand why you're before the court today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Trush, how does Ms. Ryan want to proceed today?
Your Honor, we would waive a formal reading of the allegations. I went through with her what the arraignment is about and what the maximum penalties for contempt could be. We would stand mute to the charges. She has been screened for and approved for appointed counsel. I will be appointed on that matter. This is a situation I think that's substantially similar to the last case, as I believe that's her significant other. She's been homeless. With the hearing today, we know conclusively that she's going to get a copy of that notice before she leaves the jail. Again, I believe that the underlying matter here is fines and costs, although if my memory serves me correct, I think the missed hearing date here in June, I believe that that was set for a contempt trial on failure to appear. But likewise, I believe the total fines in this are somewhere between $1,100 and $1,200. I would suggest to the court setting a bond that is that takes that into account, but is postable would be appropriate. So I would suggest to the court, maybe a 1,000 or 1,500 10% bond would be appropriate. Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Trush, it looks like what you're indicating is the date that was missed in June was a contempt hearing, and that was a contempt hearing based on a failure to pay fines and costs.
I believe that's correct.
Okay. All right. So as with the previous case, given the circumstances of Ms. Ryan's financial situation and being homeless, given that the underlying issue is the payment of fines and costs, the court will set or reduce the bond, which was set on the bench warrant as $1,000, I believe, in each case. No, $1,001, $513 in the other. The court will reduce bond to $100 in each of these files, $100 cash. And then enter not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Ryan with regard to the contempt charges and failure to appear. Ms. Ryan, the court is going to set this for a hearing on September 23rd of 2025 at 1 p.m. That's the next date that you need to be in court.
Yes, sure.
You will get written notice at the jail of that date and time, along with the contact information of Mr. Trush. It's important that you stay in touch with your attorney prior to that hearing. And, if you fail to appear for that hearing in September, another warrant's going to get issued. You're going to get arrested again, and you're may have to sit in jail longer. The bond probably won't be that low next time. Okay.
Understood. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. Mr. Trush, anything else we need to address on Ms. Ryan's files?
No, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Ryan, do you have any questions?
Oh, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you ask the jail officer to bring the next individual in, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, ma'am, is your name Leah Ferguson?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go on the record in People versus Ferguson. This is file number 1713229. The record should reflect Ms. Ferguson is appearing by video from Crawford County Jail. And Ms. Ferguson, you're before the court today for arraignment on a bench warrant based on a failure to appear for a hearing back in September 18th of 2024. Do you understand why you're before the court today?
Yes.
Mr. Trush, how does Ms. Ferguson want to proceed today?
Thank you, Your Honor. We would waive a formal reading of the allegations. I have discussed with her what the allegation of contempt entails and what the maximum penalties could be. We would stand mute to those charges. She has been screened and approved for counsel. Mr. Thompson will be appointed on that matter. And then in regards to bond, she reports to me, I think this is likely an address issue. I think the address listed on the warrant likely was the right address for her back at the time of the case. She reported she had some instability in her living situation. She does have a good address now, which is 11033 Coaster, Coster Road in Fife Lake. And reports that to be a good, stable address for her to receive notices at. Obviously, she's going to get a notice today in the jail, but it seems to me that there likely was not any intent in the non-appearance as much as lack of knowledge. So I would suggest to the court, again, a fairly low bond appropriate, something that would be attainable for her. Thank you.
All right. Looking at the bench warrant, which again, this has been about a year that Ms. Ferguson has been at large without answering for the bench warrant or voluntarily appearing. So based on the amount of time that's passed, the court has some concerns over and above, for instance, what the previous individuals had in terms of Ms. Ferguson appearing for a court date. So the bond was set on the bench warrant as $1,000. The court will reduce the bond to $500. Again, I find that that's necessary to ensure Ms. Ferguson's appearance, given that she's basically absconded for about a year. So the court will reduce the bond to $500 cash and set this for a hearing on September 23rd at 8:30 a.m. So Ms. Ferguson, that's going to be your next appearance in court. We will be given written confirmation of the date and time of that hearing, along with information for Mr. Thompson, who's going to be your appointed attorney. It's important that you stay in touch with Mr. Thompson and that you appear for that hearing on September 23rd. Ms. Ferguson, do you have any questions at all?
Yes. Is being that it was reduced on a 500, is it 500 and then if with the bondsman, will it be like lower or is it just 500 flat?
Yeah, it's $500.
Okay, because yesterday it was 1,000 and it was like 150 to a bondsman.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what bondsman you have or what they're going to require. All I do is set the bond, and the rest of it is between you and your bondsman.
Okay. All right. Nope.
Okay, Mr. Trush, anything else we need to address for the record on this file?
No, thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. And that's all the arraignments we have. All parties are free to disconnect. Court